My girlfriend declared, "My ex is coming to our party. Be cool or it's over." I replied, "I'll be." She said it like a dare. Her voice, too calm, too sweet, cut through the hum of the evening air. "My ex is coming to our party. Be cool or it's over." She didn't even look at me when she said it, just stared at her reflection in the mirror, smudging her lipstick into perfection. I watched her hands. They trembled slightly. Not fear, excitement. She thought she was in control. I didn't speak, didn't blink, didn't even breathe. Instead, I smiled. The kind of smile you wear when you've already seen the ending and you're just watching the actors catch up to the script. "Sure," I said softly, "I'll be cool." She believed it. Of course she did, because she'd forgotten what I was before I loved her, before I learned to stay quiet while studying people who mistake silence for weakness. And in that silence, the seed of my calm revenge began to grow. The night before the party, I noticed it. A late text she tried to hide, a half smile when she saw his name flash on her screen. "Old friends," she said, "old friends." She didn't realize how often I heard those words, from clients, from liars, from people who confuse comfort with control. Her tone had changed in recent weeks, less warmth, more performance. Her laughter was louder around others, quieter around me. Her eyes flickered when I asked small questions. The way she touched me felt rehearsed. I didn't confront her. Confrontation gives people excuses, and I wanted none. Instead, I started watching. Her phone's reflection in the kitchen window, the way she typed when she thought I was asleep, the way she deleted her call logs twice in one day. Every detail was a breadcrumb, and I was patient enough to follow. Because betrayal doesn't shatter you all at once, it erodes you slowly, one casual lie at a time. She thought she was subtle, but she was only predictable. I moved quietly, a ghost in my own life, recording the rhythm of her deceit. When she slept, I mirrored her phone screen onto mine. When she showered, I checked her hidden gallery folder. Nothing explicit, just conversations too warm for just friends. He called her Mirabelle, a name I'd never used, a name only someone from her past could whisper with that kind of ownership. I found an old photo, him, her, a moment frozen in careless happiness. His hand on her waist, her eyes bright, unguarded. It wasn't jealousy that burned in me, it was clarity. Love is trust without proof. But once you start looking for proof, love dies quietly in the search. I stopped eating much, stopped sleeping too. Every sound became amplified, the buzz of her phone, the laughter in her voice when she thought she was alone. I didn't plan to explode. Explosions are loud, messy, and short-lived. I wanted precision. Silence. Control. When she told me her ex would be coming to our party, my decision became simple. Let her bring the past into the room. I'd let her hang herself with her own nostalgia. The night of the party arrived. Music, lights, people pretending to be happy. And her, in that red dress she once said she'd only wear for me. When he entered, I saw the tremor in her lips. It wasn't guilt, it was adrenaline. She introduced us. "This is Ryan," she said, her voice a little too steady. "We used to, well, we go way back." He smiled at me. That smug, quiet smile men wear when they think they've already won something you don't know you lost. I shook his hand, firm, controlled. "Good to finally meet you," I said. She exhaled, relieved. She thought the storm had passed, but it hadn't even started. As the night went on, I watched her watch him. The tiny glances, the shared memories woven between drinks, the small touches she thought I didn't see. Everyone laughed, everyone smiled, and I collected. At midnight, when the crowd thinned, I pulled Rand aside. "You should tell her what you told me," I said. His brow furrowed. "What?" About how you said she called you last week. About how she told you she still thinks of you. Her face drained of color. The room fell silent. I didn't raise my voice, didn't accuse, I just watched. That's the thing about truth. It doesn't need volume, it only needs timing. She tried to speak, but her throat caught on panic. "He's lying," she whispered. Ryan's smirk faltered. "You said we were—" "I didn't." The chaos spread fast. Whispers, eyes turning, a ripple of discomfort. I stepped back, letting it all unfold. She reached for me. "Please, let me explain." I pulled my hand away, slowly, deliberately. "You don't owe me an explanation," I said. "You already gave me one." Her confusion deepened. "What do you mean?" I turned toward the door. "I mean, I already knew. Weeks ago." Gasps, eyes widened. I looked at her once, just once. "You said to be cool." "I am." And I left. Her voice cracked behind me, somewhere between disbelief and desperation. Ryan stood frozen, suddenly realizing he was just a pawn in something bigger. The silence I left behind was louder than any confrontation could have been. I didn't block her, didn't delete her number, didn't even check if she called. I simply detached. A week later, I heard she'd broken up with Ryan. Too much guilt, too much exposure. I didn't feel satisfaction, just clarity. Because real revenge isn't about destruction, it's about reclamation. I walked through the park where we first met. Same bench, same trees, different heart. I remembered the last thing she said before the party. "Be cool, or it's over." I whispered into the empty air. It's over. And for the first time in months, I smiled. Not because I'd won, but because I'd finally stopped playing.
How could you do this?